2 שיעורים מיוחדים, was Baal al-Giyula mit Meyasser gewähren und mit Parshas gewähren. Und das sind die Shiurim, was zu Namen gegeben, Chitas.
Welcome to Chita Short and Simple for Monday, Yod Iyar. Today's episode is sponsored Leilui Nishmas, Ben-ציון, ben Yehuda Leib. Thank you. May his Neshama have an Aliya.
And then Hashem commands Moshe concerning the halachos of a mumim, that a kohen with a blemish is not allowed to serve in the Beis HaMikdash. Examples of blemishes include a blind man, a lame one, or one who has a sunken nose or with disproportionate limbs, or a man who has a broken leg or a broken arm, or one with unusually long eyebrows, or a cataract or an imperfect iris, dry lesions, weeping sores. A kohen is allowed to eat both kachei kachim and kachim kalim while he has a mum. If a kohen is tamei, he is not allowed to eat from karbanes, and if he does, he is chayav kares. This also applies to any man, even if he is not a kohen. If he has saras or if he is tamei for any reason, he is not allowed to eat from kachim unless he immerses himself in the mikvah and then waits until evening. A kohen may not eat truma while he is tamei, and somebody who is not a kohen, or he is a servant to the kohen, but not a kohen himself, is not allowed to eat from truma. If a kohen acquires a non-Jewish person as a slave, he becomes the financial property of his master, so this person, the slave, can eat truma. Likewise, the children of a non-Jewish slave woman who were born in his house may eat of his truma. If a kohen's daughter is married to a person who is not a kohen, she may no longer eat truma. If the kohen's daughter becomes widowed or divorced from a non-kohen and she has no offspring from him, she may return to her youthful status in her father's household and eat of her father's truma. No non-kohen may eat truma, but a kohen who is in a state of mourning may eat truma. If a man who is not a kohen eats truma unintentionally, he should add a fifth of it to its value and give the kohen fruits to this value, which will then become truma. The kohen should be careful not to make the truma itself tamei.
Today's share in Tehillim is Kapitlach Nun Hey through Nun Tes.
In today's Tanya, we're in the middle of Parak Member. The Alter Rebbe tells us that all the details in the mashal of the king and the low person are infinitely more applicable in the Nimshal, Hashem's relationship with each of us. Hashem's universe is so big and great and full of wonders, and our world is so coarse and so low. And even though our world is so low and unrefined, Hashem loves us so much that he, so to speak, lowered himself into its deepest, lowest state to bring us out of Mitzrayim and unite us totally with him by giving us the Torah.
Our custom is to dip the bread by hamaitzi into salt 3 times, not to sprinkle salt on it. The Rebbeim taught... Okay, she's making too much noise. Our custom is to dip the bread by hamaitzi into salt 3 times, not to sprinkle salt on it. The Rebbeim taught that counting sphira also means making yourself bright and refined. How do you do that? By working on your... Our custom is to dip the bread by hamaitzi into salt 3 times, not to sprinkle salt on it. The Rebbeim taught that counting sphira also means making yourself bright and refined. How do you do that? By working on your 7 emotions during the 7 weeks of sphira, improving each one step by step, until they become pure and complete.
In today's Sefer Mitzvahs, we have the mitzvahs Laisase, that if a woman needs to do chalitza and has not yet done it, then she may not marry anybody else.
Thank you for listening to today's Chitas Short and Simple.